I sit alone in the zone, so gone. Just think about the scriptures, knowing I was living wrong. Praying that the Lord forgive me. In this walk, I'm going strong. As far as age, yeah, I'm grown, but spiritually a newborn. Not trying to be lukewarm, so weekly we bring it out. Yeah, them trumpets gon' get blown.
First and foremost, when you call hello, Yahweh, so by Shem Mashiach Yahushua, it's all praise to Heavenly Father, in His only begotten Son. But He raised us out in the barrier, He preached the downfalls of the wicked nation of Babylon. He preached peace and prosperity and salvation to the 12 tribes of Israel. So, who had questions on the Sabbath? You had questions on the Sabbath? Yeah, you gotta come closer, I can't hear you. You can put a chair up here too. Y'all can get up under the tarp if you want. Yeah, let's pull the chairs in.
For 1 week, and then I learned that I had to wear dresses, which was modest apparel, right?
Who told you that?
I learned from the scriptures. I mean,
who told you you can't wear pants though?
For the brother on the video, on the video.
Well, we don't teach that though, so I mean.
So we can wear pants?
Give me that, because this is the problem. We love them brothers first and foremost, but like I said, if we're Hebrew Israelites, we have to study the Hebrew language. So the verse they try to pull, or the verse they do pull, first and foremost, they just read it flat out and just tell you their interpretation. They're not going into the Hebrew and telling you what it actually says. So let's see what it says. Now, is skirts modest? Of course. But you can still wear pants, and we're going to prove it. Pants weren't even a thing back then. So it can't be talking about pants, right? Huh? 22 and 5. Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Let's just read it and go to the Hebrew. Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 22 and 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Yeah, so just the historicity, like there were no pants 3,000 years ago. So what pertains to a man in this context? Give me the Hebrew.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So pants is an abomination? Like, that's interesting. But anyways, go to the Hebrew.
So in the Hebrew, when it says the woman shall neither put on what pertaineth to a man, the Hebrew word there is H1397. A man, a strong man, a warrior.
What's the Hebrew word?
Gabar.
Gabar. Gabar means warrior. Women can't be warriors. That's what it's going into. We didn't have our women joining the draft like in the American Army. Like, no. You're at the house chilling. You're safe with the kids. The men are going to war, not you. That's what it's talking about. Is that it? Give me this.
So the context of it is Numbers 23:19. God is not a man. The word.
See what the word for man is here, which is my name actually. Go ahead.
It's Strong's H 376. It says Ayash. Amen.
That's my name. My name is Ayash. So that's what it should have said there if that was the case. But it doesn't say it there. It's the same the translator is man, but men are warriors. That's what it's going into. But this is a different context. Is that it? Yeah, it's just there's man here and man here. But the Hebrew are two different words, which is what we're supposed to go by. So like I said, let's just say you had a husband, your husband told you don't wear pants, that's what you have to do. But as a single woman, or whatever the case may be, you're not married. There's nothing wrong with wearing pants. Now, if other camps see you, they're gonna be like, "What the hell is going on?" But they tell them to go to the Hebrew and explain it.
Because I heard examples as well as, like, when you go, how can you tell a men's bathroom from the women's bathroom? One has a dress on it and one doesn't. And then the other one was...
That's fine. That's
then-
made up, though.
And then the other one was...
They're having unisex bathrooms these days, so what good is that?
And then the other question, the other response was the zipper.
I'm just keeping it real.
The other zip, the other thing
Which
was...
is weird, but I understand the
the
concept.
zipper, what is a zipper made for? I heard that from numerous cats. What is the zipper of a pair of jeans made for? And
Take them off. I mean, that's simple. Are there women's pants? Can I wear women's pants now? Why not? How come men can't wear women's pants? Okay, so what's wrong with you wearing women's pants? It's your garment. It's made for women.
okay, and then I got that one. Now what other thing? And we're not supposed to show our bodies. Where there's some jeans, and they do show the butt tops, the creases of the front and back. Now, I thought that was meant just for your husband.
Of course.
Not other men or other women nowadays.
I mean, but like I said, it still doesn't make it immodest though. Like, if you're around people that listen to you, that's on them. You know what I mean? There's plenty of people that, even in the truth, that follow us, sisters that follow us, they wear pants all the time. You know what I mean? But they're not out here flaunting it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
They might have a long sweater on, or whatever the case may be. Even a skirt or a dress can still be, showing your curves. Like, so what's the difference? Not necessarily you, but I'm saying just overall.
I think I was
Like I said, you can work out your own, thing as far as your attire, but
right.
saying it's a sin, like that's a totally different world. And that's actually a sin added to the law, saying wearing pants is a sin. You know what I mean?
Because we got into a whole argument about this.
About what?
About jeans. About women wearing jeans. And one thing about me, I try not to miss camp, study, whatever. I'm on there, right? So I can learn because I'm trying to learn. So when I heard Chief say, a woman in the chat was like, "Can we wear jeans?" He said, "Yeah, of course you can wear jeans." She seen me come over to her house the next day and I had jeans on. So she's like, "Why you got them jeans on? You ain't supposed to be wearing jeans." And we got into a heated argument because I'm trying to explain to her. So she ran it and raved and all of this. Of course, I'm yelling back because I know.
Why are you yelling?
Because she was yelling at me.
Well, they ain't doing anything. Why do y'all gotta be cool, calm, and collected? Yelling ain't gonna get nothing accomplished.
I know, but I was telling
And
her.
that's her understanding.
My
So
thing
what?
is,
We're not cursing people out that teach you can't wear pants.
this my mom, right? And before I came into the truth, we argued the same way. Because I felt like she wasn't right about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? The things that I've experienced in life, I feel like she didn't experience because a lot of the time my mom was in a relationship with my mom, starting out at a young age. So she wasn't outside. So she don't know things about what go on streetwise and stuff like that. So when she would try to correct me, it's like, how can you correct me? And I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And
What's that to do with the Bible?
I'm just saying, this is how our relationship is. So when it came to this conversation,
So you automatically just had a spirit of just
that's her
bucking
spirit.
up against your mom.
No, it's not me bucking up against my mom because I don't disrespect my mom, but
I
in
didn't say
some
disrespect, I
situations,
said bucking up against.
well, in some situations I do because I feel like I know I'm right. If I'm right about something, why would I say I'm wrong?
I mean, it's not about being right or wrong. It's about keeping the peace. You don't gotta say everything to everybody. You know what I mean?
Well, she said
Like as soon as camp's over, like we curse out white people all the time. You think I'm gonna curse out people walking down the street to get some food? No.
no, but if
Why would I waste my time?
I got you. You right.
You know what I mean? Especially your mom. Like, why would you? Like, there's 0 point yelling at your mom. You know what I mean? That's not showing her respect. She might have voiced that opinion towards you, but why would you just like? She says something you don't agree with. All right, cool. Like, there's a sister I know up in Sac. Like, she came to camp a while ago. Was out there. She has a whole family that don't believe in the truth. She's surrounded by them. They're on her case, talking, her baby daddy be on her. She messaged me every now and then, like, oh, he just sent me videos, She doesn't know him. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't, you know, how you know the truth? She knows the truth. She's not wasting energy on him, though.
Right, right.
That's the difference. So,
Well, can I say something?
I mean, sure.
Okay, because we are in the truth, right? We are in the truth. And like I said, it's just some people feel like they don't need to learn anymore. Some people feel like they know it all. And you don't know it all, evidently. Because if you walking around here saying that we're not allowed to wear women's attire, you don't know it all. You should be,
I mean, that's just their understanding, though. So it's not about knowing, though. It's about their understanding. If I talk to, like, the camps that you referenced, they're going to, whoever, they're going to teach whatever, they're going to teach the contrary to what we teach.
Right.
And that's just that. Whoever believes that, we'll rock with them. That's fine. That's all that's going to happen. Some people don't agree with what we teach.
Right.
You think they're in the chat talking, whatever, cool, but you're still watching. But at the same time, you don't have to follow what you don't agree with. That's pretty much how it works. People that came into the camp, left the camp, went to different camps that believe the opposite of us, fine. We're not going to condemn them like, okay, cool.
Well, she be trying to rebuke me.
Someone had any trigger ways from another camp, bro. Like,
She be trying to rebuke me. How you gonna
I mean,
rebuke me if I'm right?
Listen, like I said, it's not about that. It's about your understanding and what the Most High puts on your spirit in the Bible. Like, everybody's different. Like, we can read the same Bible verse. We just read Deuteronomy 22:5. If I read it, I'm gonna break it down how I broke it down. If somebody else reads it, they're gonna break it down differently. Who's right? We're both right, technically.
Right.
So if somebody wants to rebuke you, all right, I don't believe that. That's all. That's all you gotta say. I just don't believe that.
I just don't like to be, don't cast judgment on me. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, all you gotta do is say, that's not my understanding. You can give your understanding and that's it. Like, ain't nothing, like, what's the point of yelling and screaming? Like, it's irrelevant. It's not gonna get anywhere. Especially if you're never gonna come to understanding and agree. Your understanding is your understanding, her understanding is her understanding. You know what I mean? Like, I talked to my brother, he's a Christian, hardcore Christian. We didn't have hours of debates. At the end of the debate, hey, love you, have a good day. But in the middle of the debate, it's heated, you know what I mean? But guess what? I know he's never really ventured on this side of the fence. I already know what's going on over there. He just thinks we're just yelling and screaming like, all right, well, what about the doctrine, though? He's never really heard the doctrine. He just hears what everybody else hears. We're just some unruly, niggas and spits and all that, But at the end of the day, I'm not going to talk to my brother like that because I know what it's going to lead to. Arguments and strife and contention. So, give me that in Titus. Titus 3. Now this doesn't apply to either of y'all, but just overall, if you start to introduce people to the information and they just buck up against you, blow you off, things like that, 3 and 10, I think. Go ahead.
Titus 3 and 10. A man that is a heretic after the first and second admonition, reject.
Yeah, the first and second admonition, reject. And you bring this to a person 2 or 3 times, they don't get with it. All right, cool. That's what it's going into. You don't have to argue. Like, I'm around my family all the time, but I stopped smoking weed, stopped doing all that type of stuff. They know I don't keep holidays no more. They don't call me. They don't, what? Invite me where? What? Please. My cousin's like, hey, just come by. It'll be, huh? No. They don't do that no more. I see the pictures. I'm like, damn, they look crazy. But, I'm going to go over there on a random day, see my grandma, my aunts, my cousins, my brother maybe. What's up? It's all love, but I'm not with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't say the happy birthday.
What? Exactly. They know that for a fact. I'm just saying, that to say, you got to pick your spots. Like, if something comes up, all right, you can just drop a gem. Like, okay, hey, this is what I heard. This is what's going on. Especially we know they believe in God. They don't go to church. My brother goes to church. But we know they all believe in God. So what's the point of, to try to drill them and things like that? Especially, when I first came into the truth, like I said, I was posting on Facebook. My brother blocked me. His friends blocked me. My cousins blocked me. What am I supposed to do? I'm on the right path. That's what I thought.
All right.
I'm on the right path. This is the great sign. Cause that's what. Give me that Matthew 12.
We one of the same, y'all.
Listen, it happens to
I done
everybody.
deactivated my Facebook at that point.
Listen, I'm posting videos. That's it. That's all I do. 12 and 51. Yeah, Matthew 12. Luke 12. Yeah, like I said, there's 0 point going back and forth with somebody that doesn't agree with you, especially on that one singular topic. Like, that's not even a huge topic. If you want to be modest in skirts and dresses, cool. If you want to wear pants, that's your understanding. Hey, if somebody, you know, yeah, go ahead. And I was saying, like, that's their understanding. That's their understanding. Like, we don't talk about the Sabbath in a second. Everybody doesn't agree with the lunar Sabbath. We don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. You want to come up and talk to us about it? We're going to prove our point. We're going to ask you questions. You can ask us questions, and we can deal. And I'm pretty sure we already know how it's going to go. Y'all see us debate all the time. But at the same time, they might bring something up that I'm not familiar with. Who knows? But overall, we don't read the Bible, and we don't reason together. Read.
This is Luke 12 and 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you nay, but rather division. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3.
So happy. Coming to the truth. It's not going to make a separation. Your lifestyle is not going to match up with your family members no more. You're not going to be able to slice a turkey and eat cranberry sauce. No, I'm sorry. I got to go. You know? I'm not going to be putting Christmas trees up. None of that madness. It's not going to happen. I got to remove myself. When I first came in, like I said, I just had to go in my car and drive off somewhere during holidays. On my sister's birthday or whatever the case may be. I'm out of here. I'll be back midnight, you know, whatever. Go ahead.
Verse 53, the father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother.
It's already prophesied how it's going to work. You come into this truth, change your lifestyle around. Yahweh Shai already said it's going to be a division. Obviously, y'all in the truth, so it's not necessarily the same aspect, but it's still it's going to be a divide in reference to beliefs and things like that and how you move, right?
The mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law.
Yeah, it's all in the Bible. But like I said, there shouldn't be any type of animosity since you have a different belief. Like we link up with Sons of Thunder, we link up with WFI, HOI, who else? Light of Zion, all them brothers. It's all love when we see each other, you know what I mean? We know they don't keep the same Sabbath as us, but that's not going to keep us from, it's not going to keep us from talking to them, being cordial with them, going out and chilling with them, you know what I mean? I didn't travel the world when it came to this truth. I've been to every city and state damn near, linking up with brothers all across the nation with different doctrines. Like, hey, you don't keep the Sabbath, I can't even, like, what I look like? That's crazy. What you got?
Well, because my thing is, I don't want nobody. I gotta talk about God right now because, like I said, I'm freshly in the truth. So if I'm hanging around somebody, even when I'm just kicking in with my cousins and stuff, I gotta talk about the Most High. Like that is just in me right now to talk about Him. So I like to share Him, and I don't want to be around nobody that be like my dad. He got mad at me because we were talking about the Most High. He told me to shut up. He waited till we got in the car and started yelling at me like I was 2 years old again. So I hopped out the car. Like it's a problem for me to talk about the Most High.
Right.
I will stay away.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. Like I said, you just gotta pick your spots. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing personal. He might be on a 2/3 list. Who knows? Most time might deal with him later, but you know, like I said, it's about picking your spots. Like, does he believe in God though?
He 1 minute he's like contradicting. 1 minute because we try to share with him about the truth, my mom too, and he like, oh, I'm from the tribe of Judah. He went and did that ancestry.com stuff, which is stupid because it only solidified that he is a descendant
West
of the
Africa.
slave. Right,
Yeah.
right. So he's like, oh, I'm from the tribe of Judah. This is what he told me. So when he come over, we're talking about it and stuff, and he asked me why I wasn't talking to my little sister, and I wasn't talking to my little sister because, again, she believes in God, but she don't believe in the Bible. And at that moment, I didn't know how to explain it to her. You know what I'm saying? So we just arguing back and forth. So I'm like, okay. She was like, I'm not finna argue with you over this. We finna get off the phone because I couldn't prove anything. So I was like, shut up, Teresa. Don't say nothing. Just learn. You know what I'm saying? I started learning. So I know a little bit more than what I knew in the beginning. And can't nobody tell me nothing about the Most High. That's how I feel.
That's not the spirit to be in. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's not the spirit to be in. Like, first of all,
I would be by myself.
you gotta humble down first and foremost. Humble down, especially to your parents, your sisters, and family members that's not necessarily your parents. Like, there's a difference between living it, teaching it, and then trying to show them something. You know what I mean? If you don't know enough, there's no reason for you to argue back and forth about something you can't teach. The best thing for you to do is, if there's a class that you have a subject on or whatever the case may be, and you want to give that person some information, just send them a video. Why would you try to break it down?
No,
Send them the video.
You're right. I have done that too.
Well, I'm saying, you say you're not talking to her because you don't believe in the Bible. Like, that's not going to bring her closer to the Bible.
I know.
Ignoring her, like, why would you do that? You're supposed to be the example to her.
I already apologized to my sister. We talked the other day.
I mean, you didn't say that, so I'm just
I know,
saying.
but at first I wasn't talking to her, and this is why the argument between me and my dad was. Because I wasn't talking to my sister. And he tried to make it seem like we got free will, and I explained to him we don't got free will. Our purpose here in earth is to serve the Most High. We have to serve it, period.
I mean, no, there's 2/3 that aren't going to do that. So.
I understand that, but this is what I'm telling him, because he tried to tell me we do got free will.
I mean, hey, you can believe whatever you want, but the Most High got him on a path of what you're referencing, the opposite of what's supposed to be happening. But you got something? What's going on?
Okay. As to what my daughter was saying, when I came into the truth in 2019, she was like, Thanksgiving popped up, and like you said, they want to argue with me. Why you can't read? You taught us this. I cried to the Most High and asked him, forgive me for teaching my children that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have no clue about what I was doing.
Of course.
Right? And so as the years go, I just kept wearing my fringes. I see them when I see them. It hurt, but I had to let my children grow. So when she ran into my home and said, Mom, it's the truth. I said that the scripture says the angels in heaven are rejoicing over one sinner that repents. And to see her running in the chat, you know how much joy that brings? So I know it's not always going to be even. It's not. It's going to be unbalanced. When we come into an agreement according to the word, then that's when the balance comes in. But when we're arguing like we're strangers, that don't sit right with me. And I was telling my sister, that doesn't sit right with me. And I stayed quiet, and I sought the Lord. And I said, Lord, please forgive me. I just want to teach her the truth. If I'm wrong, Teresa, I'm going to ask. As far as I know, about the clothing thing, now I got a better understanding because you taught me something. I don't know the word like that, so I have to sit down, be quiet, and be taught again.
Yeah,
so when I'm sitting down and she shares videos with me and I share with her, I'm like, Lord, look at you. He's going to get the glory.
Yeah.
I'm not promised tomorrow. I got today, right now. Now I got 2 children that are not in the truth, but the same way that she had to keep seeing me staying steadfast, not giving up. Because they want me to do birthdays, they want me to do St. Patrick's Day, Thanksgiving, all this different stuff.
St. Patrick's Day isn't even for us. Like, that's some Irish madness, but anyways.
I have to stand in the truth. You know how long I begged the Most High to show me his truth? And when he woke me up, I'm not going to let it go.
Absolutely.
So I understand the fire that she has right now, and she's running. But
that's how it always starts.
Yeah,
She's going to calm down eventually, though.
I had to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna hit the ground running at first. And like I said, it's going to turn people off. It's going to turn people away from you. They're going to be shocked. Like, what the hell? Like, my friends were shocked when I told them I wasn't smoking no more. Like, what?
Right?
I don't smoke, bro. I don't do none of that. And he started inquiring what I'm doing. Like, I'm in the room. I was roommates at the time, me and my best friend. I'm in the room listening to videos. He coming like, man, I didn't know what she's listening to. I show him one verse, Deuteronomy 28. His mouth dropped. Then he started watching videos while I was going at work. Coming back, I love Chief and D. I'm like, Now he called me every day, like, what's up? Like, he's still smoking weed, but I'm not over his shoulder, you know what I mean? Most I already dropped the gym on him. They got the ball rolling. But I can't tell him when to stop smoking weed. That's going to be your own personal conviction. The most I dealing with you, and maybe something happening. You know what I mean? But I just see my brother, like, I love him, grew up with him. But he's not doing the same exact thing that I'm doing, you know what I mean? But he knows what's going on at least. So that's the only difference. Like I said, you can't control when people turn a corner or turn over a new leaf and just walk. But at the same time, you did the proper thing. I'm just going to step on my side of the fence and be an example, period. Most High going to do the work. You know what I mean? So that's a positive thing. But like I said, if somebody doesn't agree with you, like I said, it's not about you getting through to them at that particular point if you can't do it at that time. Like we argue with people all the time like this. You see us cutting people left and right, and they still don't get it. I'm talking about after 2 hours of dialogue, 30 minutes, like, it's the spirit on them. Give me Job 12. I think it's Job 12 and like 22. Nah. Yeah, 12 and 16. Go ahead.
This is Job 12 and 16. With him is strength.
Him is strength. Talking about the Most High. Read.
Khan. With him is strength and wisdom.
Read.
The deceived and the deceiver are his.
The deceived and deceiver are the Most High. If the Most High want to deceive you, guess what? The Most High gonna push you on that path. Nothing we can do. Like Chief always gives this story about his sister. His sister, he grew up with Chief. Took her 8 years to accept the truth. 8 years. Just imagine. You know what I mean? That's a long time. Not 8 years just to come into the now, or at least start doing something. Like you be like, damn, like you talk to your own family, you be like, man, they're never gonna get it. They're never gonna wake up. But guess what? Chief ain't gonna condemn every time you see him. You know what I mean? I still love you as a sister, like my family. I love them to death. I tell them all the time. I tell my parents. You know what I mean? They don't care. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm over here now. All right, cool. Call me, hey, love you, but you know what I'm on. So, huh? Yeah, we can get that in a second. But yeah, that's pretty much like the basics. You know what I mean? Like keeping the peace should be the #1 priority. So I know how women can get it. I know how women can get it. I know Teresa be a firecracker in the chat. You know what I mean? Like I said, it ain't. Like I said, like that. The feeling you have now is gonna go away, and you're gonna be way more reserved, calm. Like there's a method to the madness. You know what I mean? I used to be like that too, but now it's like, man, I gotta really learn how to adjust the approach. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, even if somebody doesn't understand, depending on how dialogue goes, obviously, because we can yell plenty. Like there's nothing wrong with yelling. Like if somebody's being stupid, I'm gonna say something. But if somebody's being sincere and they're just not getting it and having, a peaceful dialogue, and they're still like they're not getting it, but they're not being rude about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure your mom wasn't being rude to a certain extent. You know, they said she was yelling because that's the energy you was giving them. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying to say that you gotta adjust your approach, especially if you want to get through to people, because half the Christianity, when they see our videos, that's what they see. But of course, there's way other dialogues that's peaceful, that's not sensationalized. That's what our God is sensationalism. He's bugging out on them, like to shreds. But like I said, we can still do that in a calm manner. But if you're an old Christian lady, like went to church for 30 years, that believes in God, they see us, you're like, man, I can't, that's not the spirit that, we're supposed to be in. That's why we gotta adjust the approach. You know what I mean? Like, well, like I said, it's gonna take some time. Like I said, you're on the first lap, so by the time you get to that second or third mile in the marathon, you're like, okay, I gotta pace myself. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna happen. But give me this. We don't get to the Sabbath after this. Read.
This is John 6 and 44. No man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day.
To the Most High, or to the Lord of Hosts Christ Yahushua, unless the Father sends you to him. So it's not up to you at the end of the day. You can be the method to get them through the door, but like I said, it could take 8 years. It could take ever. Like, it might not be in the cards for him. Could take 3 days. You know, who knows? Something might be revealed to him. Most I might give him a revelation. Like he might say something to him. The next day, something happen. Like I think his brother was told to the guy about smoking or whatnot. Very next day or something like that, his lung popped. Like, hey bro, you should stop smoking. I think the very next day his lung popped. Like, something crazy like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, and that's what I fear. You know, God said you're supposed to fear Him. So I know how to fear God. I fear Him. You know what I'm saying? And I try to instill that fear in my family members. I'm not going to random strangers. I'm trying to let this be known to my family. Like, if you don't heed into His word, you're going to die. And that's just period. You know what I'm saying? But I learned that with my dad and with my sister, that the only thing that I have control over is my house. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be worried about everybody else and what everybody else is doing and what they ain't doing. You know, in the Bible it says, if a fool want to be a fool, you got to let him be a fool. And I take that with more than a grain of salt. I'm going to take that and run with it. I'm not going to let nobody sit up in my face and be a fool. Just get away from me. And that's just spirit.
Hey, like I said,
That's just spirit.
there's a time and place for anything. Just like it says in Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. There's a time for everything under the sun.